Guys, there is a new trading strategy on board, and I'm telling you, a lot of my friends are making a crazy amount of money from it. Initially, we call this the Godhand strategy because it is like something we have never seen before. This strategy involves finding newly listed coins and shorting them immediately on futures. In this video, I will show you how this strategy works and why it works, the best way to use it, and the do's and don'ts you should avoid while using it, and of course, the practical aspects of this strategy. Now, before we kick this off, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave the notification bell on to be notified whenever I make another video like this. Now, let's get to it. The initial Godhand strategy has been developed for a long time, but was rather refined in today's strategy. This refinement came when a lot of coins keep launching on exchanges and they keep behaving the same way. So, which are the same way we are talking about? First, the initial leg up, then followed by a continuous downward movement, or the first initial leg up followed by a slow down movement, then a scam pump by the team or by their manipulators, and then the final downfall. After learning about this pattern, so we decided to take advantage of this pattern, and it has been working perfectly for us. Now remember, I will still be showing the practical aspect of it to show you how it works. Now, why this strategy and why does it work? A lot of coins have been launching every day, and not just meme coins, but also utility coins, and these coins are even getting on big exchanges. One thing we should know is that most of these projects that are launching a coin doesn't even need a coin. Most of them are just there to get the money and leave. That is why most of the time at the launch date, we see a lot of teams selling their coins or dumping their coins, and also with the dump comes downfall of this token. When the teams are dumping, the airdrop farmers are dumping, and also the exchanges that they gave the money to list their tokens are dumping. Well, what do you expect? If the coin just keeps going down, most of the founders there don't even care about the project. So what they care about is just the money. So once they launch the token, they'll find a way to smuggle out the money that they used to launch this project, and whatever it's left of this coin will just be there for other people to just trade on. And with that, we're taking this opportunity to start shorting these coins immediately they get to exchanges, and also make a lot of money from doing them. So like I said, whenever a new coin is launched, three groups of people are dumping immediately. Number one, the airdrop farmers or the pre-sale farmer. Whenever a coin launch now, they are airdropping to some of their users who have been loyal to them, and also maybe to people who actually participated in their pre-sale. Also, we have the team dumping because the team from the insiders will be dumping their token, and also we have the exchanges or the market makers also dumping this token, or which gives us the strong conviction to short these tokens. But no, there are also risks attached to this particular trade, which I'll also be showing you during the practical aspect. Now, let me go to my laptop and let's learn more about this strategy. So, for this particular video, I'll be using the chart from the previous Godhand strategy I've already traded on Meg. So this is Meg. If you don't have an account on Meg, click on the link on this video description to sign up on Meg. Most of those particular coins I'm about to talk about now, or if you want to get in early for this particular short, or use this Godhand strategy very well or very effectively, you will need a Meg account. So create an account if you don't have one yet. So I'll be looking at three coins that are actually traded using this Godhand strategy on Meg. So the first one we're going to be looking at is the Zora that just launched was it yesterday or day before yesterday, at least as of the time of making this video, day before yesterday. So I traded that one, and let's look at the charts. So okay, so we look at Zora here. Let's open Zora and see how the charts, so you can actually see what I'm actually telling you about. I also wanted to say something about the Zora. That's also one of the do's and don'ts I also want to mention about. Now, where you want to make use of this Godhand strategy, or say you want to short a new listed coin, one thing we should bear in mind is this: most of these tokens are launched at or they raise fund at a particular evaluation, and it is not actually advisable most of the time to short a coin that's actually, say this coin raised a fund at 1 billion evaluation, and they listed at below 1 billion valuation, and still want to short them. most of the times it is not good. So that's also one of the do's and don'ts I want to mention while using this strategy. So if, for example, you know the valuation or you know the amount of fund that this particular project raised at a particular valuation, it can help you to know, okay, see, investors actually bought this particular coin at this particular price. So we are expecting it to list at least at an average of this price or even slightly lower than that particular price. So for Zora, I don't actually know the exact amount they raised, but it was based on 600 million evaluation. And right now the coin is trading at 200 million, almost 200 million ATF, or fully diluted evaluation. That is, the coin is actually valued at 200 million, about fully diluted evaluation. So showing that the investors are already releasing fund. At 200 evaluation, it means that they sold the coin to their investors at 0.06, but the coin is 0.062. So it is not really that advisable to always short this particular type of token, because you might get liquidated, or because the market makers might try to push it up and you end up getting liquidated. So what you can do, sometimes you can just leave this particular token. But if you still want to short it, here are some reasons why you can short it. Okay, how does the project is this their airdrop? Do people actually love this project, or are people saying bad things about it? When people are saying bad things about the project, it means that everybody who got the airdrop will just be want to hurry and sell the airdrop immediately. But if it's a good project, people will be like, okay, let me hold it, since it might actually do well in the future. But this particular Zora, it came with a lot of backside. Like, people, I saw a lot of, if you go to Twitter, many people are like, man, after wasting all these funds and Zora is doing the shitty airdrop. And you see, they didn't even give us the allocation checker for this particular Zora. They just told us, let's go and claim the airdrop, and they wasted time to release the airdrop checker. So they waited to be listed, and they waited to their teams to sell first before releasing the whole shaker. So which made people, okay, so this is what you guys are doing. I mean, people just withdraw and selling lately, causing the coin to keep declining more. So as you can see, this is our 15 minutes chart. So this Zora, the first 15 minutes, it listed at 0.03311, then went to 0.0317, and stopped there. Okay, so it's compound came of the whole thing down, and then we now have the third candle that just keep going down, the fourth candle keep going down, and then so on. So I normally I didn't want to take this trade, but because I told you I already look at the evaluation, it was 600 million my evaluation, so it listed at 0.3. I was like, okay, maybe there is a room for growth at least to 0.06. But looking at the whole thing, I was like, the team hit the allocation shaker, and there's been a lot of bad things about this particular project. Like, people say that they wasted a lot of money, and the team based on the hidden checker that came out, people say that they got a very low airdrop compared to what they are actually expecting. So which made everybody was just waiting for the whole thing to long term, and they will sell. So I was like, okay, since I've already seen what is happening, this might actually be a good shot, since the team has been selling secretly and they are not even bring the allocation. So when they bring the allocation checker, it might even dump more. That is why I take my decisions. So after seeing the first candle, the second candle, third candle, so at the next 30 minutes, I was like, okay, let me actually take just enter this particular trade, because then allocation checker was not even yet out, and they just say that they are going to bring it out already. So I was like, okay, once they bring it out already, people will claim and people will sell. And that is where when I took my first entry at the top of the fourth candle inlet, because I was waiting for this particular candle. Now this candle that they are seeing here, the green candle came up. I was like, okay, will it go up? But I also saw that maybe, this is not going up, it's actually coming down more. So this particular fourth candle just stayed with a red candle, showing that, man, were declining more. So I was like, man, this is my opportunity. Then I entered immediately, and this was what I can do. Now, why I wasted time in this particular one was, I told you guys why I wasted time because of this, is because of the bad things that have been said about this project. And I know for sure that people will dump it more. That is why I entered this particular project. Normally, I will just leave it. I will not even trade it at all because of the evaluation of a thing. Now, I entered at this fourth candle. So the thing went down, and I saw that it has started picking up. I sold half just to collect back my initial profit or initial capital, so that I will not make sure I'm not losing anything first. So this, as the thing drove down here again, I sold and left, and I didn't actually enter the trade again because I've already laid my profit. So I made this profit. This is 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. That's it, 15. Within 1 hour, I'm already done with this trade, and I've already completed, already gotten profit. I've already taken out my profits, closed the whole trade, and left this particular thing. Anything that happens after that, it's not really my concern again. I don't really want to know whether it keeps going down or whether it keeps going up. This is where FOMO comes in, because many people will look at this current and say, oh, this particular things keep going down, let's go and enter, and you go and FOMO again, and then end up losing the one that we have. So it's sometimes advisable, once you enter, maybe your profits go, don't come back again and say, okay, let me do it again. No. Although sometimes it's advisable, but most of the time, just leave that free. After that initial profit that you collected, just leave the coin. So if the coin wants to go down and die entirely, let it go down. If not, then you should just do whatever it pleases. So that's easy. So under 1 hour, so this is 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes, which is 1 hour. This is under 30 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes. We have 2 hours. So under 3 hours, I was done. Zora trading happened. But also, so this is not actually the best strategy to actually enter trade. I'm still going to, when I start showing other coins, I can actually show you the best method, the best place to actually place your entry. Now, like I said, this one was just based on the rumors I keep hearing, and also the airdrop eligibility ticket that was dropped late. I just go in and left immediately. Now let's look at another coin that I also use this strategy on. Okay, so the next one we're going to be looking at is called PEVL. So that's another coin I use this Godhand strategy, and it also always works like magic. So let's go to the beginning of this particular trade, where the trade started. For this particular pair, I did some kind of crazy things about it, like crazy numbers around this particular PEL USDT. I remember the day it was launched. So why did I actually launch? But why did I actually choose this particular PEL USDT? First of all, I looked at the token. I was like, this is another. In a way, it's kind of common when you see a shitty coin, you just kind of know, man, this is another token that was just created just to make money from it and just go. Like, I don't even know what they are building or what they are doing. I kind of know, if you check the info, they say that they are built an on-mission centralized validator service network driven by BTC. The ones that, if you check the product, there's no product. They will just say that they are building, but there is no product. So we just know that by just looking at it, we just know that, okay, see, this is a scam. So I remember the day it was announced, I checked the host and I was like, well, this looks like just another scam coin we should take advantage of. So what actually happened? It was launched and I started my shorting immediately. Now let me tell you the best way or the best entry price we can actually get for this particular Godhand strategy. Let me know whether I can just migrate again to 15 minutes charts. I want us to start from the beginning on this chart so that you can actually see the whole thing very well. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. This particular aspect. So we're going to be talking about now how to find the best entry price for this particular Godhand strategy. How to find the best price as possible. Now, when at the first 15 minutes, when the coin is launched, this is the first candle that we're seeing here. This is actually the main Godhand, kind of call it the Godhand because it's kind of that first pump, from 0.016 to 0.03696. So this is the first candle here. Now, you have to be actually very sharp to actually place your entry for this particular tree. So whenever you look at the first pump, it might not be, you can just maybe just put it in the first minute. So the first pump, you see where the candle started and where the candle stops. Now, you place 2 entries here. So how do I do it? Let's say this coin actually pumped. If I can show 1 minute, I don't want us to start going back again, but if I can show the 1 minute, I can actually see where the first minute where you actually started and where it actually stops. So what you can actually do is this: the first minutes it launched, check this coin launched at this particular price, I'm stopped at this particular price. Now, for me to place my entry, I already know that there is a possibility that that first point, this coin should not go nothing less than let's say 20% or 50% higher than this, or let's say or even lower. So I place 2 limit orders while taking this particular trade. One is, let's say this coin started at this price and just end and this ended at this price. I'll place a limit order above this 0.136. I can just create this my first limit order at 0.041. Okay, or 0.04. And just create my first limit order for 0.04. Then let's say this particular is trading at this, is just trading at 0.035. I can now, or 0.036, I can now place another limit order at the middle of this candle, which is 0.028. Okay, so I placed 2 limit order now at the first minute, seeing the first big candle there, above it, slightly above it, and slightly at the middle of this particular trade. Let's say if there's a possibility that this coin actually go up more, it will pick up our order that will be placed above the first candle, and if it didn't go up, it can just come to the center of the candle and pick that order that we just picked there, and then keep falling. Why we are putting this entry here is that at 0.04 is to get the possible price, because we have seen the first initial candle and we know that people will keep driving this candle down because there will be no room for much growth again for this first candle. So we are just placing the first order just in case if this particular trade should go up again, or there is a kind of manipulation that it's going to go up again, you should just pick a 0.04 so that we can get the best possible price or ever. If not, we can just continue with this particular trade. So this particular fail date, I actually got this entry. So that is why you see that if you see this particular X that is showing here shows that I bought at this particular top. I think I bought at 0.035 that day. The first initial coin started from 0.01 to 0.02. So I placed my order at 0.03, then I'll now order at 0.035 just in case, and it went up and picked that 0.03 and split the 0.35 and then keep falling. So I waited, and it's where I took my profit. So I shorted this from here, so this by my buy position. So why did I closed here? Because I noticed that, I saw this green candle, I was like, maybe this thing is trying to pick up because it has already fallen, like something that just like 0.03 to 0.01. It's like people, I might be a kind of replacements. That's why I have to take my my profits here, and I took partial profits here. Actually, I didn't actually take everything because I was like, what if the coin just keep falling again? And so I just took kind of 50% profits here. I'll just close the 50% here and then waited again, just waited because I have nothing to lose again. That's why I just left, just close it. I was like, just let me leave it to know whether it will go up. So the thing, after almost a day, I saw that, man, this whole thing is trying to come back. I sold everything and it didn't come back again. So what I'm now trying to show you is this: the best entry price of this particular price is this: setting a limit order above the first big candle. Like I said, I should have shown you guys a mini chart, but we just keep making this video long. So at the first mini chart, place slightly above that first candle and also at the middle of that candle, and then wait for any of this order to pick. Now, to be more conscious of your trade, you can actually implement this strategy. So this strategy helps you to actually reduce your liquidation. For this particular, I can have that 7 USDT here. What I can actually do is, let's say I'll use an up cross position place with, let's say, so I can use 20 to 50% of my portfolio while leveraging the whole amount. Let's say I'm trading with half of that $7 is half of that $7 is like $18. So I can say I'm trading with $18, but I'm still using that $7 as my margin. It will boost my liquidation price so that it's very hard for me to get liquidated. Or you can still use isolated margin, then go to add margin after the whole trade is already running, and then add the remaining USDT there to boost up your margin, and also it will kind of reduce your liquidation price. So doing this, kind of, we are limiting the whole liquidation, kind of making your liquidation to be very minimal. But even using this particular strategy, it is very hard to even get liquidated or even have, because after the first initial pump, this high conviction I have that coin cannot even go much further again, cannot go that higher again. That's why I said you place at 0.04. Let's say this is a 1 minute chart now, and that one, at the first 1 minute, we saw this particular candle here, this big red candle here. We can just kind of put our first limit order at 0.038 or 0.04, and then another order, set another order at 0.025. Then each one or anyone must actually pick. Then after, you can just spread out, wait for the whole thing to ride down. Also, if you want to use a big leverage, make sure you're using cross. So if you want to use it from 15 leverage, from 15x, 20x, 25x and above, use cross and also have a good margin. Because if you are using isolated for this particular trade and you're using high leverage with isolated margin, there is a high chance you get liquidated. Reason is that new coins are always volatile, and if you're using high leverage, any shits from that coin might just liquidate your whole account. So 2 things to bear in mind. If you're using isolated margin, so this my isolated margin means that if I feel, let me trade with just $5 in my account, or $3 or $10 in my account, that is the $10 I'm trading with. If they liquidate that amount of money, I'm losing the $10. But if you're using cross, if they liquidate $10 I'm trading with, they're also going to liquidate the remaining amount or the remaining dollars you have on your official's account. So that's the 10 there. So cross margin, if you want to use high leverage, use cross margin. If you want to use short small leverage, use isolated for this particular trade to avoid instant liquidation. So guys, that is it for this spell. Another thing I noticed is this. So when pair started again, I started moving. After making my first initial shorting of this coin, I said, okay, I left trade. I didn't even bother to go again after selling at this particular point. But something actually happened on Bell. I noticed that after some days, I did actually place the order. But here's the thing. When I placed this order, I placed another order again at 0.27. because that was another half of this first candle. I saw this candle, this particular trade again, moving here at 0.27. I was like, man, this should be another short position for me, because I after this first initial candle, I know that this particular coin, maybe they're just trying to manipulate this whole particular coin so that the team might actually sell more. They want to sell more before they can actually continue with the whole before the sell can continue with the whole downward movement. I've already placed this order even in the face day. So I noticed that my order got picked again at 0.27. So I was like, okay, let me wait for it. So I waited again and sold here. After selling here, I just left again. So after some times, I also shorted again, because when I saw your retracement again at 0.24, the more you acquire knowledge about this crypto, you kind of know a certain price for some particular type of coin. So for me, whenever I see this coin above 0.25, I feel like 0.025, I feel like it is a good short for me, unless I see it below 0.01. So anything like 0.01, I will not touch it. And let's say this coin even listed at 0.01, even from the first instance, I may not even touch the whole coin at all, because as it being at this coin, I didn't see it at 0. I just saw it at 0.01, which is here. I will just leave it. So because I just feel like if the 100 million market cap should be the highest this coin should be. Now it's even trading at 30 million market cap. So that is how I place this particular trade, knowing the certain evaluation this coin should be, and shorting it whenever it passes it. So knowing the evaluation of this coin, it's not like I know the evaluation, just that I know that there is no use case for this coin. So why should this coin actually be valued at 300 million market cap? Because I've already made my research about this coin. I was like, well, what is it that these people have been building that the coin should be high? So this particular coin, I know that the team will just be selling it gradually, until there is nothing left to sell, and the whole thing will just die. So that is why whenever I see it going up, I would know that, hey, there's a manipulation going on in this particular token. And what happens after a manipulation? They manipulate so that they can actually sell, and the whole thing will just keep going down. When they manipulate it, they want to know whether will they attract some investors or some people who just blindly invest, hoping that you just keep going up. Some people just invest thinking that, oh, this coin is going up, maybe we just keep going up. So for that, they will just manipulate it and say, okay, let's find out. And when they notice that people are buying, they will keep gradually selling their own. So for this, that's why I feel like this particular coin, there is nothing there for this coin. So I know that it just keep going down. So, but after that particular initial buying again, basically it went to 0.01. I just left and I never looked back again. Today it's trading at 0.03. So even if I let it, I let down my feet, which would have been in crazy amounts of profit now. But that should not be what I'm concerned about. What I should be concerned about is that I've gotten my profits and I'm okay and I'm living. I don't want to get attached to that particular trade. So, and that is it for pair, and also how to find the best entry strategy. So I've already talked about two strategies on how to actually take this Godhand strategy. The first one is buying a coin because of the bad name they have attracted with their users. When a project attract bad name, people will definitely want to sell this particular coin immediately that they got the airdrop. Because if me as an investor see other people saying something about the project, I will know that these people, when they get this particular token as an airdrop, they are going to dump it immediately. And the team will also be afraid that they will also dump their coin immediately. So making me to also open a short position. So with that particular aspect, I may not actually find the best enter. I can just take the best possible entry that I can find in that particular chart immediately. I can just look at the chart and say, okay, let me just enter this market price. Maybe I've already heard the news that the airdrop claim will be happening in so time. I can just open a short immediately. I hope that people that got the airdrop will just keep selling and the whole thing just keep going down. Then a different strategy is actually looking at the first candle, then placing your limit order above the first green candle and also at the middle of the first initial candle. That's the Genesis candle there. First entry above and the second and the middle, and wait for the whole thing to peak. Most of the time, when you don't see this particular thing playing out, it is just best advisable to just leave it, to avoid FOMOing or thanks to FOMO on something, and you end up losing your whole capital. So it's better that you just make a one best trade in 1 week than taking 10 and losing 9. So you're still losing. So let's take a look at another coin that I actually use this Godhand strategy on. So I want to take a look at EPT. EPT launch was it last week? So EPT. Why did I actually trade EPT, or why did I actually use the Godhand strategy for this EPT? Or why did I actually even trade? Yeah, why did I even trade this balance at the initial phase? Okay, first of all, I have 3 reasons. So I know someone who got the airdrop. So the person was like, man, these guys are scammers. I noticed that the team just allocated a very small amount of airdrop to us. Then they are holding a very big amount of the airdrop. And I think they are moving it to May. I was like, wow. I smiled to myself and said, well, now I know what to do. There. And the airdrop farmers, we are just giving a kind of small amount of money or a small amount of tokens to sell. And almost all of them were just there to dump it. And so the project itself, I don't even see the use, because I tried to looking at, okay, what's even the reason for the creation of this coin? I couldn't even see any reason why this coin was created. So I was like, okay, now I know the second reason of shorting this coin. Now, okay, the first reason is that the airdrop farmers are very angry with this coin, and also I was told that the team allocated very huge amount of tokens to exchanges and to themselves, and they are moving it to different exchanges. Airdrop farmers are just very angry, and they are just waiting for the whole coins to launch, so that they will just sell it. So that is number one. Also, I also noticed that they gave Binance a huge up to 4 to 5% of their allocation. It's not even to list on Binance, just to list on Binance Alpha, just like Binance Test or something like that. And now Binance gave a drop to users up to $70 each to every users who have just used the Binance Alpha. So Binance just kind of shared the 4% out to people who have just used the Binance Alpha. So who have this 4% are just going to dump it in it, because those people don't even know about the project, and they will just see it as just a free money and just dump it and just add it to USDT, or just add it to use it to even buy another coin that they want. So for this reason, I know that, man, this group of people are going to be the first person to dump, because Binance will even give it to you immediately that second that they launch. So this one is not like you can claim airdrop and wait to the network and blah 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 and send it to exchange, which will waste time. No, I will just drop it to your wallet, and you have the right to even selling it. So I was like, wow. So now I know that this particular coin, no use, a lot of people dumping, insiders, here people complaining that they are scammers. So it is a best coin to short at maybe they launch. So they launch immediately, and I was like, well, this is the best strategy for me. Okay, let me kind of move to 1 minute candle. Okay, so this is the first Genesis candle, where the candle actually begins. So at the first minute, we see this coin ranging at this particular point, 0.02125. So you see the reason why I said put your entry at the 0 point, that is above the first initial candle. So this is the reason why I say such a thing. So this particular candle started at the first minute, it started trading at 0.212. So normally I'll put my entry at 0.22 because it started at 0.21. So I said, if you want to enter this trade, place an entry above this particular candle now. That is slightly above the first initial candle, so that if the thing goes up, it can pick you. But if it doesn't go up, you can actually put at the middle of this particular candle, which is this, let's say this thing actually goes, come down, just come down here. You can just kind of put your another entry here, so that once it goes up again, it can now pick this particular order before going up. So assuming that you saw this particular thing at the first minute at 0.21 and put your entry at 0.22 or 0.23, which is likely what should actually happen, you could have been the best entry that you will ever find, because after this 0.23, the thing went down to almost 0.01. So you see that the reason why I'm talking about that entry, slightly above the first initial candle and also at the middle of this first candle. So the middle of this candle is still here, which is 0.21, 0.21, or 21, So that should be your best entry. Then allow it to write down and then know when to actually close the whole thing. So for this particular trade, I didn't actually see the whole thing on time. I think I wasted the whole time because I was still trying to gather some information to know whether is it advisable to do and short it or not. But after getting my confirmation, this 2 candle has already happened. I placed an order here. So when I was in this, I was kind of using the 15-minute chart. So where I just look at the middle of this candle and place my order here at 0.19, because I just keep saying that this whole thing that was going down. Place my order at 1.19, and then when it gets to this particular point, I sold half. Then I noticed it's going up again. I entered another short at this particular price, and then waited for this whole thing to write down to this particular point where I sold everything. So I think this is the best strategy that actually confirms, that actually shows about this best entry that I was just showing you guys about. The first initial candle, this 1 minute candle. So you see where the whole thing started. See, this coin was actually listed at 0.212. Okay, now what should be your first entry? Place a limit order above it and wait for it to peak. If it doesn't peak and you notice that the whole thing is going down, let's say this first initial candle here came and let's say you place an order at 0.025 now, okay, and it didn't peak, it just went to 0.23 and it started going down. Now what you should do is, after watching the second minute candle going up and then pick your entry, then the second minute you can now, the second third minute, you can now place your entry again as this 0.21 or where even originated or at the center of this initial candle. Then wait for it to know whether it will peak. If it doesn't peak again, you can also come here and also set another, just keep setting a limit order at the center body of this candle until each one actually peaks. Once it peaks, then that should be your best entry price. But here is another thing I want to also tell you. It's not like you just keep setting the entry at the center body of each candle. There is a point that it will reach. It is just advisable not to even take the trade again. Just take it as like you already missed this trade. Don't even bother again, because maybe you just missed the trade. The whole truth is that you cannot always catch every trade. So for this particular one, I missed here. That's when I just placed another one at the center of this candle, which fortunately the thing actually picked. And yeah, I got my entry. So I just waited for the whole thing to write down and then sold everything at profits. Okay, look at my buy position here. So this is where I closed my particular trade. So just that is it for this Godhand strategy. The third day is finding best entry. Best entry is always important. Looking at the candle pattern. The best also, another best entry is the scalping. Knowing that okay, there is a huge amount of people who are going to be selling very soon. You can just take that advantage and just enter a short at the best possible price and then allow the coaching to just go down. So that's just the 2 best possible ways to actually make use of this Godhand strategy. Like I say, reason why this strategy is kind of very, very, very nice is that a lot of these coins are just being launching every day, and there's no use for them. The investors that just invested, they just want to make money. So they can just just give us coins they have lost, or can just sell and get our funding back. There's no way people can even invest in them. If I get this coin, what will I be using for? It will just be there or nothing, waiting for that thing. We just keep holding that until they finish selling the whole thing. And after sometimes you'll be hearing that we are going to be delisting this particular coin because of the insufficient liquidity again, because there's only people who want to sell. There's nobody who wants to buy again. So where is the money we're going to give the people who want to sell? So they will just delete the whole coin. For example, there's this coin Mint. I created this coin, but I cannot see it again. It was just listed this month or end of last month, and it has been delisted already because it's got insufficient liquidity. Because there's people just keep shorting or keep selling. Nobody's buying, so there's no use case for this coin. And at the end of the whole day, they will just delist it, and the coin will just die. So if you let's start for MINT, you see that there's no coin like that again. But I know I created this coin. I shorted it to zero. One of my big profits from this trading this year. It is no longer here because of the insufficient liquidity. The best opportunity you can avoid is to short this coin when we have the chance, and take advantages of it and make money. And also, why trading? Like I said, always apply risk management while trading this particular token. Okay guys, and with that we come to the end of this particular video. This video is already getting too long, that's why I just want to cut it here. Although there is a lot of things to learn about this particular Godhand strategy. And now to find this new coin that are going to be listing, just go to MEC and go to new or upcoming tokens. You see the list of all these tokens there, so you can actually know which one you are going to be shorting, the time they are going to be listing, and also position yourself very well to short that particular token. So guys, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe if you have not, and leave the notification bell on to notify whenever I make another video. Also make sure to join my Telegram channel, because I post most of this trading signals there, and also some classes once in a while every week, talking about this trading and also other ways to make money from the crypto space. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video.